everybody give themselves a round of applause just for being here today. Y'all feeling good? Feeling great. Well, I'm so excited to be moderating this conversation, and that's really what it is, a conversation. We're going to chat, learn about each other, but at the end, we're going to open it up for questions for you guys, and you can ask whatever you like. Nothing is off limits. So this conversation, I want to start off by saying it's not a moment where we're going to celebrate anybody's past failures or past mess-ups. What we're going to do is talk about how these four have lived their own lives, have overcome maybe what have been past mistakes, and are now rebuilding communities that at one point they may be hurt. So it's a panel up here of some awesome individuals. So we're going to introduce them and get ready and get right into this conversation. When I introduce you, just stand up so they know who is who, so they can start thinking who they want to ask questions to at the end, because I know they have a lot of questions. You guys ready? All righty. So our panelists are, first things first, over there on the far left, we have Mr. Clay Marquez. Go ahead, stand up for us. Mr. Marquez is a respected expert in community violence intervention and executive director of Guns Down Movement. Thank you so much for all you do.
My name Key Jack. I'm from Norfolk. Y'all know me personally, but a lot of y'all might not know me. I'm from Norfolk, bro. I've been through a lot, but I'm trying to change so y'all can live a better life. Like, I don't want y'all going through what I had to go through at y'all age. That's it, though. And I make music. Yeah.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being here, my friend.
My name is Eugene Swenson. I'm from Portsmouth, Virginia. I run a nonprofit called Big Homies Community Outreach. I own a rec center in Portsmouth called Little Homies, Youth Enrichment and Recreation Center. I'm also building another center that'll be finished in October that's have a gym connected to 11,000 square feet. So that'll be our second location in the city of Portsmouth.
What's up, little bros, man? I'm Aldine, Norfolk, Virginia. Been through a lot, man. I'm on the path to blazing a different path for y'all, so y'all ain't got to go through what we went through, Shout out to Ant, man. Everybody here, y'all, like I was gonna say what she said, give yourself a pat on the back. Y'all could be anywhere here, but y'all here in attendance, man. So, you know what I mean? Y'all root for yourself first and foremost.
Thank you so much. Well, we're going to hop right into it so we give these gentlemen lots of time to chat and answer questions. So first things first, nobody wakes up with the idea of like, I'm going to mess up my community today, right? There's choices that lead up to somebody getting there. Talk to us a little bit about just, who were you before you started making maybe some questionable choices, and what led you to make those choices?
Coming from my community, like, most people don't celebrate the positive people, like, and most of the time, we don't really be having our fathers in our life and all that stuff, so we'll go outside and kind of trauma bond with other people who don't got a lot or don't feel the love. And then, like, where I'm from, showing loyalty might mean negative, so my definition of loyalty used to be, bro, somebody hit you, we gonna jump them, or somebody try to shoot you, we gonna shoot them, or something like that. But it's like, it's more so just the influence and like where we come from. Like, y'all listen to the music that they put out. Like, where we come from, bro, they really like put a lot of stuff on the media and a lot of stuff in y'all eyes so y'all can gravitate to negativity. But it got for me to get older and go through a lot and lose a lot to try to make these changes that I'm making.
I would say, I'm 36, so when I was growing up, it was way different from when y'all growing up. I mean, we had paper food stamps and things like that, and my reality was seeing drug addicts as soon as I walk out the door, you know what I'm saying? So I was kind of already a product of my environment, but now, going through what I went through, it's like I don't want to go through that, like I could do better, I could be better. It's just things of that nature, man. You don't want experience to be your teacher, because that's what they say, experience the best teacher, So that's one of the main reasons, like, we out here, so y'all could gravitate towards doing better and not being stuck in the community or a product of your environment.
Can you repeat the question?
Absolutely, I got you. Talk to me about, who you were.
Who I were before I started getting in trouble, right?
Absolutely.
So who I was before I started getting in trouble, I always remember this. And in the, say like 5th or 6th grade, I was like the editor of my school newspaper. Elementary school, meaning like I wrote the stories, I took the pictures, I went around the school. I think by the time I got to the 7th grade, 2 things. One, I wanted stuff. Like that was one. My mother had 4 kids. I was the 2nd oldest. I lived in Outer Barber in Portsmouth, so coming outside, same for y'all. You come outside, all I had to really do was have something in my hand and somebody would buy it. So you got guys from New York, you got Jamaican guys, you got Miami guys. All these guys are in my neighborhood and they showing me this lifestyle. So I like to equate what I did in the 5th grade, because if I told you what I did in the 5th grade, you like, all right, he was probably pretty smart in the 5th grade, right? But I dumbed myself down to get out in the street. To me, being in the street was like easy. And I thought I was smarter than everybody. We all think that. Like, we not gonna get caught, bro. That happened to you. I see some of the young guys do the same thing. Like, not to deviate away from it, but this is what I see in the young guys, right? So for us, we always go with what happened to the person before me. We all had people before us that we saw go through stuff that we could have just looked at what they did and said, damn, I don't want to go through that, right? But we all got this thing in our head where we feel like this stuff not gonna happen to us. But for the young guys, it's not really about money. It's more so about the clout chasing and the shooting and stuff like that, right? So I always ask my guys when they get in the car and they go play this music, they'll ask you, Tashawn and them here, don't I always ask you, where he at? Where this guy at right here? I hear him rapping, they be like, oh, he got killed last year. Or he locked up, or he's something. So for me, it's almost like, you can see what's happening to the guys that came before you, so I never kind of really understood why people would follow that. Our motivation, I'm 50, just to put it into context. I'm 50 years old, so the guys that we watched, they were getting money. It wasn't out here, they might have shot to protect it, but they was pretty much drug dealers, so that's who we idolize. I think the people that the younger generation right now idolize is a bunch of shooters or a bunch of guys that got clout for being the tough guys or being the demon or whatever the hell they call themselves. But for us, the older guys, I'm pretty sure y'all all go through this. Like, where's the money, bro? Like, because we're not gonna take these crazy risks if the reward is not like almost equal. But I'm gonna stop right there.
And for me, when I was at a younger age, I would cut grass and I would help people with their groceries. I cut a lot of yards, and I used to sit in front of food line, well, Farm Fresh rather. When people used to come out of the store, I had like 2 or 3 friends, and they was always scared to grab the bags. I would go just grab the bags, right? Or I'd follow them to their car, and I just started putting the bags in the trunk. And sometimes I got a penny, like it was some like racist white people that was there. Sometimes they may give me a nickel, a penny. Some wouldn't give me anything, because once I packed the groceries, they'd be like, I didn't ask you to do it. Some would give me $1, which was a lot of money back then. And when I moved from Norview to Uptown, everything got fast. You know, Uptown was like New York back then, right? So when I'm out there, I'm starting seeing things going fast, moving fast, right? So I was attracted to it because it was glittering. And I said, oh, wow, what's going on here? You know, so I started seeing like a few older guys that was starting to make money. So I had the inclination to do the same thing. And when I started, I realized that I was good at it. You know, so that's when I first started hustling, you know, and then I started dealing, and when I started making my own money, like real money, it was like, oh man, it's a whole different world that I was exposed to, and a whole different lifestyle. So it was something different. And one thing that I found out, because I ain't gonna go too much into that, but one thing that I found out was everything that glitter is not gold. You know, it's a flip side to it. So,
And they don't really love you.
And they don't really love you. Your same buddies and stuff that you hanging out with, you making money with, once you get caught, that's it. You know, they don't answer the phone no more. The same ones that you was hanging with now, they are dating the woman that you was with, your girlfriend. You know, so it's a lot that go into it. And I started to realize that, man, this thing is not what it led up to be. The young lady that's sitting back there, she knew me when I was younger. You know, I ain't gonna put out there, but we used to get money together. You know, so, you know, that was just a time that, you know, some of us went to prison, some of us didn't. And I was one of the ones that always thought that I would never get caught because I isolated myself and I didn't never think about it. I always thought like the police was gonna be the ones that catch me. And I knew that the police couldn't catch me, right? Because I was never touching that and I was never around anything. But what happened was the person that I was dealing with set me up. You understand? So he wound up getting caught. So when I went to go do the transaction, the whole time the DEA was there waiting on me, right? So, and the sad thing about it was I got arrested the same day as my son's birthday party. I already had a party planned for him. He was turning 4 years old. And I ain't see him again till he was 14. So much time that I lost out of my child's life because I thought that everything that was gold, everything that glittered was good, and it's not. So it's just the choices that we got to make in life. You know, don't let nobody lead you down like the wrong path and, you know, tell you go hold these drawers or carry this gun, because always remember, where there's an action, there's an opposite reaction. So just think what you do before you do it, because some things you can get out of and some things you can't.
And that leads me perfectly into the next question that I have for you gentlemen. Just talk to me about, at the time, what did it feel like you guys were gaining, but in reality, what is it that you were losing?
I never felt like I was gaining anything. I just loved the people I was around, so I didn't want nothing to happen to them, and I felt like whatever they go through, I want to go through too, because they my brothers. So but I never felt like I gained anything. Like, it never really was a good day. The best days is just the days you don't die or the days you don't get shot or shot at. But I lost a lot. Like, my homeboy just got killed July 4th, like 2 days ago. He just got killed. That's like 10 people from my neighborhood that I grew up with that died from gun violence alone. Just 10 from gun violence, not counting drug overdoses and stuff like that. So it's like, you don't gain anything. Living that life, you don't gain anything. Even if you get money, if you made $1 million on July 4th, but you gotta die on July 5th, what did you really get? What did you gain? You ain't gonna gain nothing. Like, I feel like y'all gaining something, being with Ant in the summer league and basketball and people coming to talk to y'all, that's actually gaining something. But out there in the streets, you don't gain nothing but a name. And the bigger you get, the target get bigger. The police want to catch you. The people who you don't like want to catch you. Like, you not gonna get nothing. Gaining that name really will cost you your life. So it's best to be what they say weird or whatever, that'll keep you alive. It's all about staying alive and prospering, bro.
To piggyback on what Clay was saying, for real, you will gain like the street fame, like you will gain like you go in the club, everybody like, yo, or whatever, or it's easy for to get women and stuff like that, but the minute they come get you, it's over with. Like, you call out there, dang, bro, I just loaned you $500. You know what I'm saying? We was just together. I can't even get $25. You know, so you losing a lot. Then when you in the streets, man, you not really around your family, because if you real men, you don't want your family a part of what you doing that you know not right. So you might not be around your kids or your mama for days at a time. So I'm losing precious time that I could be spending with my family, you know, anything besides what I'm doing. So you actually gaining nothing, like he said, you know what I mean? Like, you really not gaining nothing. You ain't gaining anything, you know. I'm a religious person. It don't matter what religion I am, but the more you study and do stuff like this, you gain your blessings. That's the real answer in life, you know what I mean? Gain your blessings and having and living inside your prayer. And I know some of y'all pray, you know what I mean, whatever, like, the moment you be like, man, I prayed for this. You know what I'm saying? That's what you gaining right there. That's the real gain, and whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Living in your prayer.
So the question is, what did we think we was gaining, right? All right, so I think for me, it was like, I don't want to use the word levels, but I kind of had a couple transitions, right? So when I was your age, I was actually shooting people. Like I had gained this reputation of being a shooter, and it stuck with me for a little while to the point where I try to uphold it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this what you know me for. Like, hey, it ain't gonna be no fight. Like, we about to. So when I got, I got tried as an adult at 17. Matter of fact, I got tried as an adult at 15. I went to prison at 17. I wasn't even 18 years old when I touched prison. So when I came home, I was still had a little shooting in me, but I kind of transitioned into like, you know what? I need to get some money. So you do think, and like Clay, like I was getting to it, and I actually thought I was doing something, but I think what really taught me is when I had a kid, because all that street money we got, bro, like, and I'm just being like realistic, like real 6-figure money. You ain't leaving none of that to your kids, bro. Like nothing. And then you start realizing that, like, if I got 15 guys on my line, what I mean on my line is meaning I got 15 guys working for me, right? It was times where I need a break. Like my guy said, he'll see me in 2 weeks. So I'm happy. Like, you know, that's the best feeling in the world when it's gone and you get to chill for a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? But I got 15 guys calling me every day. Ain't nothing. To the point where I start realizing, like, damn, I'm not even doing this for me. I'm doing this for them, bro. Now, once I got a kid, then I start channeling my energy. Like, I need to make sure, one, that I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And two, that he get everything he need. And it was all cash. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, when you get older, you trying to go buy a house. You can't take $100,000 cash to nobody and buy a house, bro. They're gonna call somebody. You're gonna get a call like in a week or something. You know what I'm saying? So you start realizing that all this cash I got and all this clout I got, it actually don't equal nothing in the grand scheme of things. That is my matureness. That is what I learned. Like, looking back at some of the stuff that I did, I'm blessed to be here. I just shook his hand. I know y'all seen me shake his hand. I shook his hand because we done been through so much, bro. Just coming outside in the morning, walking and seeing the trees is enough for me at this point in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about no bread, bro. Like, we gonna get it, but it's not the number one thing no more. You know what I'm saying? The number one thing is being able to take care of my kids, be able to take care of myself, and be there for all their experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, he got locked up, his kid was 4. He came home, his kid was 14. His kid transitioned like twice while he was locked up. You know how much stuff was built in 10 years? You come home, you like, what the hell is this? Yeah. Like, so much, so like, and that's the other thing. Like you said, we thought we was gaining something, but what we lost is something none of y'all could ever get back. And that's time. Can never get that back. I don't care what you do.
Good teacher, brother. Yeah, first, I just want to say that, you know, like whenever somebody come out, like to talk to y'all, because when I was younger, I played around in these gyms and stuff when people used to come out and speak to us and stuff like that. And I still remember in the school when the teacher stopped on my finger because I'm talking. And what I say or one of these brothers say could possibly save your life. You know, and sometimes, you know, we like to play, have fun, and our attention span is not as strong as it should be. But at the same time, man, you know, what we are saying could save your life, you know, and because it's dangerous out here in these streets. And we out here because we care about y'all and we love you. You don't actually have to know somebody to love them. And you could know somebody and not love them. You know what I'm saying? But we done changed our lives to the point that we got love for our community, that I even go to funerals to people that I don't even know, out of respect and out of love, because I always want to stay close to the issues and to what's going on and try to be a support system for people that's out there in our community. And I just wanted to say that, and I would like to add that I gained money and respect back then, but I lost time, as he just said. I lost time and I lost family in prison. And people die in prison. You understand? When you're in the penitentiary, ain't no going to no funerals. If your mama died, your grandmama died, your father died, ain't no going home. The reality is you will get mailed their obituary, or you'll read about a clipping or whatever the case may be. You're not going to go see nobody. That's it. You understand? So that's why we got to be out here, and we got to take care of our families, and we got to be young men and young women or sisters while we out here on these streets, because y'all right now got the opportunity to be something greater. You understand? See, I done ran my course, and I was incarcerated, but I learned from my mistake. A lot of my peers, predecessors, or those that I grew up with, they still haven't learned. Some are still doing the same old thing. Some are still in prison. When I was 15 years old, some guys, we got locked up at the same time. I'm 54 years old. They still incarcerated for the rest of their life. And on their paperwork, it says deceased on it. There is no date. Some people got a due date, when they come home, 2022, 2030, 2032. It says deceased, meaning you're going to die in prison. Some of us go to some of these events, maybe some events that Aunt may be having, or a big brother might be having, and you got porta-johns outside. Some of you say, oh, I ain't going to use no porta-john. That's disgusting. So imagine going in prison and there with a roommate in a 6x9 cell, the toilet broke, and you got to use the bathroom right in front of them because you can't leave out that cell. You either use the bathroom or you stay constipated. There ain't no other alternative.
Look, this my bed. That's the stool.
That's right.
He's using the bathroom. I'm laying down. I just laid down.
And he ain't going nowhere today. Out of respect, sometimes your roommate, they call him your cellie. He might leave out, but he might be tired today. Yeah. He might have called home and his girl ain't answer the phone, so he ain't getting out the bunk today. So he just gonna sit there. And he watching you while you're using the bathroom. That's reality. You go to the shower. You in the shower with 8 other men. You understand? If you ain't used to doing that, that's what's gonna happen. But that'll happen based on the decisions that you make today and the decisions that you make tomorrow and the decisions that you make moving forward. So your destiny is totally in your hands. Nobody can make you do anything you don't want to do. You understand? So when something happens, there ain't no need to do the blame game then because you're your own person. You're the authority of your own self and you make your own choices. And that's what it all boils down to is choices that you make in life, man. So you need to make the right choices now. You need to think. Always think before you do something. Is it going to be beneficial? Am I going to go to prison? If somebody asks you to go ride in a stolen car, what you going to do? You know what could potentially happen, right? If you get pulled over, get arrested, they got all these flock cameras out here now. You see them on the streets. This technology is out to get you. It'll flag a stolen car. Once somebody report a car stolen, the license plate is entered into the system, right? So as soon as you ride past it, it flag you. The police see it right then and there. They know where you at. They got a kind of idea where you at. And then they come and pull the car over. You're locked up. So that's a decision that you made to go get into that car. Or the other alternative is the person that's driving the car that you got in the car with, he get afraid, he take off going a high-speed chase and kill both of y'all. Or you die in the process. You understand? So simple things, man, could be detrimental to your life. So just be wise on the decisions that you make out here moving forward, man.
Okay, some very vivid pictures there. So I'm sure it's going to resonate with them. Absolutely, absolutely. And raise your hand, y'all in the crowd, if you have social media. If you're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Okay, got some social media users. Okay, raise your hand if you're under the age of 15. Okay, and who's 15 older? Oh my God's back there. We in this this industry now and this time now, but social media is everything. Everybody want to get money, want to do things just to post it on social media, and it's easy to get caught up in the hype, especially as a youngin. For y'all, especially with the wisdom you all have, what would you say to 15-year-old you who may be easily impressed by oh, they got this, they got that? What would you say to yourself at 15?
It ain't worth it. And like he said, everything that glitter is not gold. Somebody can post themselves with $1,000 and that not be their money for real. Somebody can post themselves with the biggest gun you ever seen and you catch them outside and they have nothing. They don't have a gun. So you might try to live up to an expectation that's not even them. Social media, nobody posts the days when there's $3 in their bank account, when they gas on E, when they lights about to get cut off. Nobody posts that. Everybody posts the money fans and the Dracos and the ARPs, and they'll make you think, oh, he rich and he got guns and they don't have nothing. You know how many people be, hey, bro, let me see your gun for this picture real quick. Let me see your money for this picture real quick. Let me take a picture in front of your car. Let me put your shoes on. So it's you got to run your race. Social media is meant for y'all to just go down a bad path, bro. Social media is never good. Like if somebody die, you gonna see that on your news feed. If somebody graduate, you might see that post 3-4 days later. So you gotta know what you up against. Like I feel like people try to live up to social media like a facade, and it really don't get them nowhere. Cause at the end of the day, you gotta live your real life. No matter how many followers you got, no matter if you got a blue check, no matter if people liking, sharing, all that, you still gotta look in the mirror and be a man. Like, so if you look in the mirror and you see, yeah, I got followers, but I'm a disloyal person. Or you look in the mirror and see, yeah, I got followers, but I done robbed somebody, I done killed somebody. You gotta live with that, bro. So social media not everything, bro. Social media don't mean nothing, especially if you not walking in who you supposed to be.
15-year-old me, man, to go back to like what I said at first, my reality was the streets. Like it was nothing else. Like how y'all got this, somebody willing to do that. My reality was, here, bro, take this gun, take this pack, do this. Know what I mean? My mama's struggling, I got sisters in there, and we trying to eat. So 15-year-old me would be, first off, shout out Keyshawn Davis, Katron Island, what's my boy, Marion James. 15-year-old me, I would study greatness. Like, dang, bro, they from right here. They made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't care what nobody else doing, bro. I'm going to pick this ball up. I'm going to school. I'm going to listen to the teacher. I'm going to help them. I'm going to be productive. 15-year-old me, man, I would study greatness, bro. Know what I'm saying? Like, you seeing it right in your face, bro. That should be enough motivation for anybody, bro. Know what I'm saying? Y'all see, boy, you right here throwing football or punching somebody or whatever. It's greatness. Like, dang, I know him, or he right here. Like, my uncle know him, my daddy know him. You know what I'm saying? They from right here. Where we from, bro? 757. So that's what I be doing. Know what I mean? And like what y'all doing, bro? Learning. Y'all learning, bro. Regardless of what, y'all willing and able. So 15-year-old me, if I had a chance to do it again, I would say no, and I study, greatness. You know what I'm saying?
Shit. So talking about social media, right? And my advice to them about social media, because that's what I'd rather do that. So when it comes to social media, I'm gonna tell y'all a story about a friend of mine, right? And this ain't really about social media. It's more so about perception and reality, right? He did like 10 years. Before he left, he was getting money. Pretty popular guy. Like he was good. When he came home, most of the guys that were under him, in his mind, they were getting money. Like he just felt like, man, ain't no way these guys is here and I'm just getting out and I'm not up to par. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. So he robbed one of them, right? And he ended up getting killed behind it. I tell that story because I kept trying to tell him, these guys don't really got it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Clay know. I keep using Clay because me and Clay are around the same age, right? In my mind, like even when I see some of the kids' social media, if I see a person posting money on social media, my first thought is, that's all he got. That's everything right there. You see the guy in the club pulling out the big knot out of his pocket, that's all he got. And not even saying this on nothing to brag, but this all I got. I have zero cash in my pocket. But am I good though? I'm good. We'll talk. I'm good. That's the growth. I used to be that guy walking around with a whole bunch of money in my pocket, 20, 30 bands on my armrest from just riding around that day. And I tell even my guys that be with me on a regular basis, don't get caught up in the stuff that you see on social media. I have a friend of mine right now that when we was probably, I'm gonna say in our 20s, he didn't have no money for real, but he used to take his last dollar and go buy jewelry and clothes and dress up because he was in the mindset that money attracts money. So a person will see him in the club, see him with his fruity jewelry on, they want to be a part of it. They like, and they'll give him something. He wouldn't pay them. Like, so don't get caught up. Like you say, how to say it go, Clay? Believe half of what you. Yeah, believe half of what you see, none of what you hear, bro. And even the comparison going to what he said, trying to piggyback off of what he said. I also believe what's for you is for you. You can't look at his pockets, you can't look at his journey or what he doing and figure like I'm behind or even I'm better than him. Because that's not always the case. I had a friend that used to be in the projects and used to be like, I'm getting more money than anybody out here. I'm like, bro, but it's all dope fiends out here, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if you comparing yourself to something, at least if you want to use a comparison, like use something that's like set the bar high for yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would like to say that everybody made great points, and they touched on a lot that I was going to speak on as well. But I just want to tell y'all that to the 15-year-old on social media that, as brother was saying, that a lot of these people out there don't have these things that you're seeing, right? They don't have them. You know, they go and lease them, or they go rent them, they go borrow it, and it's not theirs. And there's a scripture in the Bible that says the race ain't to the swift, it's to the one that can endure to the end. So sometimes you don't have to rush to try to go get something because you see somebody else got it. Take your time. As a brother got 2 rec centers, right? Hard work. That's all it takes. It's hard work. And you will get there. If you got a plan and you got a vision, like I was telling this brother the other day, right? A friend of mine, he can't see, right? He been blind for about 20 years. But I told him this. I say, big bro, I say, you might can't see, but you got vision. He say that again. I say, you can't see, but you got vision. Because a lot of people can see, they don't have no vision though. You understand? So it's what you do with it. And if you make the right choices and you got a plan and you take your time, you will get there, right? That's the whole purpose of navigation. That's the whole purpose when you open your car, your door and you got your car manual and all of that. It takes you from point A to point B. If you say I want to go to the Chesapeake, I want to go to the Oscar Smith football game, you just don't drive if you don't know your way. You put in the navigation, right? The navigation is the plan, the directions that's going to get you where you need to go at. And if you follow those directions and you follow those plans the way that it is, that's the same way if you building a house or whatever you're going to do. You go off blueprints, right? If you try to do it yourself, it ain't going to come out too right. It ain't going to come out right. The house going to fall down, right? So you got to set a plan in motion. It may take this man 3 years. It may take you 10 years. But you will get there. As long as you do it brick by brick, day by day, and you follow your plan, you'll get there. Don't rush it. Because always remember that the race ain't to the swift. It's to the one that can endure to the end. So long as you take your time and you stay focused, you got to stay focused. Focus meaning you got to stay on the path, right? You got to keep going forward. Keep going forward. Don't look back. Sometimes you're going to stumble. Sometimes you're going to look at other people and they're going to throw you off like, man, I want the fast life like I did when I was younger. I got thrown off the path. And it cost me 10 years of my life. It could have cost me my life, right? Because in that lifestyle, you lose your life in it. Or you wind up taking a life, or, you know, things happen. But just take your time, work hard, get you a job or whatever, or strive to be an entrepreneur. And as long as you got a plan and a vision, you'll get there.
We all know transformation and changing your life. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that really a never-ending journey, really trying to become the best version of yourself. What was the first step for you gentlemen in just realizing like, okay, I got to get things back on track? What was the first step you took to initiate that?
Like what made me want to start changing? What made me want to start changing is I got shot in my chest by my heart. And I knew I wasn't supposed to make it out of that, and I did. And I checked out the hospital the next morning. Like, people who get shot like that, they either die or they be bad off in the hospital for months. Once I made it through that, I started reading my Bible, I started praying and just seeking God, because you're not gonna change on your own. Like, us as humans, we naturally want to do what's wrong. All of y'all naturally want to do what's wrong. None of y'all really probably don't want to listen to us talk, but y'all want to play basketball. Y'all want to do what's fun and what make you laugh and what make you happy, but you really got to seek God and He'll change you from within. Me, I just started praying. I was reading my Bible, and I had to stop hanging around the people. I had to stop hanging around the crowd. Like, I never got shot at outside of the neighborhood where they shoot. when I started hanging by myself, I started getting my blessings that was for me. I started walking in my purpose. But when I was hanging around a crowd full of people who don't want nothing, I was getting what was for them. The bullets that was for them, I got it. The hate that was for them, I got it. So I just say, like, the first step is definitely seeking God, like reading my Bible, praying, and just removing myself from places and people where I know they're gonna bring me down. Like, if I know you got a whole bunch of beef going on, I'm not finna hang with you. If I know if we go here, something bad might happen, I'm not going there. Cause some people will say like, oh, you scary or all that, but like, you can hypothetically have a gun and die, or you can think you protected and die. That's the same way. Like, if you put your seatbelt on in the car, that don't mean start running red lights and dismiss the traffic violations. Like, you still should stop at a red light. You still should drive like you got some sense, because your seatbelt can't save your life. And just because you wearing your seatbelt, that don't mean, you feel me, do the opposite. So I just say, like, just stay safe and preserve your life and seek God for real.
Well, my motivation was my kids. Like we looking at right now, my motivation was my kids, and my first step was sacrifices. I stopped going out. I stopped drinking. I stopped wanting what I thought I wanted and started doing what I know I need to do. You know what I mean? Just like if y'all go to basketball, if y'all play sports, you gotta practice make perfect, et cetera, et cetera. You know, so that's what the main thing. My motivation with my kids, and the first step was just get away. You gotta isolate yourself. Like, you gotta listen to Mother Nature, listen to the trees, listen to everything. You might have to get bit by a mosquito, like, thing, to get your attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real though, like, but you gotta get away. Because you will get caught up in everything else that don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Because you the only one. You come in this world alone. Even if you go with somebody else, you still going alone. You gonna come alone, you going alone. You know what I mean? So that's the main thing, man. Just wanting something different and, you know, being better than yourself.
So I could say mine is two parts. I think we both probably, the kids is always, you have to stop being selfish, because that's how I looked at it. Like, I'm being selfish. I'm willing to go out here and risk my whole life. Like, the biggest thing for me is, and I know we all feel the same, is my kid calling somebody else daddy. Like, I ain't with that. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm locked up, that's gonna happen. But I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Do any of y'all know who Senator Louise Lucas? Y'all ever heard that name? You heard? Yeah, of course you have. So I went to talk to her the other day, right? And I was telling her, you know, she just complimented me on how good the program going and stuff like that. And I tell her, like, because I'll text her out the blue and just be like, man, I appreciate everything. I'll tell y'all why later. I appreciate everything. And I'm telling her, like, she kind of saved my life too, because I'm no different than nobody else. If I go broke, I'm going back to what I know. It just is what it is. And I told her that, like, if I was ever in a situation, that's just what we are. Like, if I'm ever in a situation where my kids got to eat, that's the easy thing for me to do, to go back and do it. But I thanked her because she's thanking me for helping kids, but I'm telling her, like, what you did for us to help them kids actually saved my life too. You know what I'm saying? So I have a couple motivations. The kids and definitely the work I do help save my life. So.
Yeah. And for me, I would just say that it's the kids as well, that every time, like, I help the kids or the youth or something like that, I help myself. It's like, when my output, I get input. It come back to me, and it makes me feel like a better person, because I know where I've been at, and some things people know about what I've done, some things people don't know. But I know my journey and where I've been at and the path that I'm trying to go. And I know that it's these kids that give me light and give me life. Even after my son was murdered years ago, I still was straddling the fence, right? I even put up a reward and everything, right? Because I still say that, you know, coming from where I come from, I'm like, I handle other situations I know I got to handle it when it comes to my own family. You know what I'm saying? So, As time went on, I started to have a change of heart to really see, was I really about this change for real, for real? So I had to repurpose my whole life. I had to look inside out. I had to turn myself inside out and become vulnerable and look at myself and say, I can't sit here and tell other people not to do this and not to stop the violence and stuff, and I want to perpetrate it myself against somebody else, even somebody that, you know, may have took my son's life, right? So it was a lot of, I had to work on myself a lot, you know what I'm saying, for something like that, because there's people on the street in other situations that I went to bat for and things that I've done that I say that, man, ain't nothing, you know, somehow to my son or family members, you're going to get to it, right? So it took a lot out of me, you know, like for to let it go, you know, and I never heard anything about it, still unsolved. But the youth, man, that, you know, like so many shootings and murders was happening years ago that I said, how am I a big homie, or what kind of credibility or clout that I got on these streets if I can't do nothing about it, right? So the ultimate sacrifice is not really giving back, it's getting back, because I'm really just getting back to who I really am, and that's who we all should be, you know, try to help build our community up. So it's not nothing that we're doing special. So that's why sometimes when people say, thank you, I love what you're doing and stuff like that, I be like, even on, like when I put on Facebook and stuff like that, I always put, it's always better to serve than to be served, right? Because when I was young, I'll never forget it, and I got that from my mother. She never said it, but she showed it in action and deed. What my mother would do is, every time, we didn't have much, she raised 4 of us, single parent, but she made sure that food was put on the table for my brothers and sisters first, and she ate last. And from that, I learned a valuable lesson that it's better to serve than to be served, because she ate after we ate. And that's why I make sure that I try to bring the best that I can every day to try to help the youth out and do what I can, because I know that it's only a circumstance. One day you may go out, things can happen so quick and change in an instant that you lose your life out there. People that you hang around. Like I was the one that I always thought, my brother used to tell me, Clay, you think you Superman, right? Because you got that gun, I'm telling you to pull it, right? And when I think about that now, I be like, I was tripping, right? Because now I got so much value on my life. Back then I didn't. You understand? Like I didn't really care about nothing back then, right? So you thinking, so what you got to do is to be on the street, you got to do the most craziest thing to show you ain't that one to be played with, right? So you got to do what others are afraid to do, right? So the respect comes even stronger, and people know, don't play with that one, right? Because there was a point in my life that when I pull up, right? This truth, and I ain't bragging, but it's true. People would be scared to come to the car, because first thing they'd be like, man, I ain't going in that trunk, because that's how I was living, right? So now when I did a 360, I kind of understand and I think like, man, I was crazy. But the sad thing is that I didn't have nobody sitting down in a chair like this talking to me like we talking to y'all. Nobody would talk to us. Nobody would point us in the right direction. If it would, not saying that I would have listened, but at least give me the opportunity to make that choice or decision and say, well, man, I heard you. Nobody was there. So we'll come in here out of love and respect to try to tell y'all to make the right choices, stay on the right path, and do the right thing. Because life is short, and there are no do-overs. Once you pull that trigger, that's it. You can't call that bullet back, right? Once you do whatever you do, you can't call it back. It's gone. It's in the atmosphere. It's in the air, right? So you got to think before you make these moves, and just be mindful of what you do when you go out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about being productive out here. It's all about taking care of your family and working hard and staying out here on these streets. That's what it's all about. And being a good person.
Yeah, you can't respond.
Time for y'all to ask questions. I just got one more here. You talked about full circle, building your community back up. I know we got big homies here, community first, guns down, League of Leaders. Talk to me about ways you all are actively building the community back up. These conversations we're having with these little ones don't have to stop here, because you all do some great stuff and got great organizations yourself. So tell me about what you individually are doing now to build the community up.
I work at Grandy Village Rec Center. Them my kids right here. Tinky, Christian, Messiah, Isaiah. I'm with them every day. Like the stuff I'm telling y'all right now, I tell them this from 9 to 5 every single day. So that's what I do. Like I don't think I'm big enough to work with kids. I don't gotta be like doing this, I can do it in private. So that's what I do. I work the summer camp when it's school time. I pick them up from school. They are kids, y'all kids. I know y'all think y'all grown, but I pick them up from school, like walk them home and all of that. So like y'all not grown, so I'm just saying like be kids, bro, and stay a kid, because once you grown, you gonna wish you go to school. You gonna wish your biggest problem was basketball. Like it's real, so that's what I say. Like that's what I do. I work with the community. I do a lot of stuff outside, like toy giveaways. I be speaking and stuff like that. But these four right here, is my main priority.
Man, I do a lot. Like I go, man, it's deep, it's crazy. Like for beginners, man, like my brothers that passed, like I take care of their kids. Know what I mean? So, that's a big part. Even like the junkies I used to, I go feed them still. The kids, it's whatever. Like it's whatever. Aunt call, anything, it's whatever. Anything for the kids. So, like, and I tell you, right there in the purple hat, I don't know, that was your first NBA game we went to in Atlanta. That's my nephew right there, you know what I'm saying? So, my dream is to, like, I wish I could, like, if I was for real, Missy Elliott, like, I would take all of them somewhere, like, tomorrow, buy the whole store, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really my dreams and aspirations, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even know I almost shed a tear taking them to their first, him and my son. I'm like, man, because I could do it, Like, I'm like, boy, I'm closer. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the kids, man, anything for the kids. I don't care what it is. I give them the shirt off my back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it's about, man. The kids, getting back, being a better person. We all done threw down our community, so that's probably one of the main reasons we here, to build it back up, like you say, you know what I'm saying? And it started with them, it's the youth. Like, all y'all special, y'all important, y'all gonna be somebody, man. Y'all got a lot of life to live, and y'all great right now, because like you say, like me and Neat from the same hood, like we used to have the Nighthawk and all that, but we ain't really had a lot, bro. We ain't had this, bro. Like, our reality was the streets. Like, bro really took a different route. It could have been like, it's the streets, bro. Like, so it's like, man, we got to save the youth, man. You know what I'm saying? I could have not. I've been shot 9 times. That's why I got these on my legs. I've been shot both of my legs. You know what I'm saying? I could have ducked some of them bullets, bro. You know what I mean? If I had a clay uphill or a key jack, you know what I mean? I ain't had, bro. Know what I mean? I'm telling you, I've been shot 9 times. Know what I mean? I could have ducked some of that. And been like, boy, we got to know if you had come up there. Now, well, I've been through this and I went through that. Now you did. You know what, man? I'm going to go right. Chick-fil-A, y'all hiring. Know what I mean? What's going on? I got to get out. Saxophones getting loud, bro. You hear me? I don't know what's going on. Know what I mean? But, yeah, man, like, man, for real, though, from the heart, man, like, I love all y'all, man. Know what I mean? Especially our color, man. We, our race, man, we've been through a lot, man. Our ancestors were kidnapped, man, and they were still spiritual. They'll get around each other like this and sing hymns and hold each other slavery. They don't know each other. They probably walk from North Carolina to Norfolk, walk in chains, ankles damn near hanging off. And as soon as they stop, get to work. Know what I'm saying? So y'all blessed, man. Back what you say, like, it's about the kids. Know what I mean? That's all it's about, man. They didn't already win for real. They didn't win already for real. We just here though to keep the tune up on y'all. Know what I mean? For sure.
Keep the street going. All right, so what I'm doing right now, God, bro. So we got probably 70 kids at camp 5 days a week. Some of the camp kids here. We run camp from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then I probably got another 60 kids. We got like 10 different businesses. Throughout the week, they go work at these different businesses. They'll get paid $700 at the end of the summer. No, hell no. No, so being that some of the kids are under the working age, you can only give them a stipend. So what it is these kids will, so you got places like food banks, barber schools, nursing homes, restaurants, decorators. You got kids that go to a school and clean up a school 4 days a week. So the kids can only work 6 hours a week. So when it's all said and done, they probably work a total of 36 hours, and they'll get $700 at the end of the summer. Where we do this thing, Ant was with me maybe the past 3 or 4 years. I got an event I do called Balling on the River. You heard of Balling on the River? Of course you did. Downtown Portsmouth is August 15th this year. Maybe my guys from Norfolk can get a couple wins this year, you know what I'm saying? They beat us last year. Middle school came up. Hey, what was the kid name? T. Pear from Maury High School. He was a middle school kid. What grade at? I need to make eye contact with him. Yeah, there you go right there. Look, after the game was over with, when school started, I'm like, damn, this boy got like 10 football offers, bro. Like, what the? He was tough, though. But the cool thing about the event is you see kids like that. You see them when they start. They look forward to playing in the event. So that's what I'm doing right now, dealing with a bunch of kids, man. But for y'all, I do want to say something to y'all. So for me, as a 50-year-old man, when I learned how to control my emotions, and I'm telling you, bro, I probably was in my 30s when I learned it. That's why I don't get so upset with the kids when I see them out of control, because I be like, bro, it took me a long time to figure it out. But what I can give y'all about this is when I learned how to control my emotions, when I learned how to not stop letting other people control how I feel, my life was better, bro. Like, I used to have this thing, I'm a cuss. I'm gonna say one cuss word, just one. You couldn't call me no, like, it was up. I don't care who you was, you cannot call me no. Oh, you call me now, I'ma just laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't move me like it used to. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I used to flip, y'all know how it go, bro. Like, when you out in the street, bro, the biggest thing we got is our respect. You is not gonna disrespect me. I don't care if you 4 years old. We're not going for it. But the older you get and you start seeing so many people done lost their life behind not being able to control their emotions or making decisions based off emotions, it start make you kind of, all right, like if you smart, you'll start getting a grasp of your emotions. I promise you, bro, once you learn that, once you learn how, because I always ask my kids, like for you, for instance, would you let me control you? Right? Most kids gonna say no, right? But if I said something about you, I'm not saying you, but the typical kid, if I came and be like, yeah, but F your dead homeboy, half of the kids ready to go behind that. So essentially, I control you. All I gotta do is just come say something you don't like and you ready to lose it. You was just hooping, spin moves and everything. Now I done said something you don't like, your demeanor changed, your face balled up, you ready to fight me now. You have no control over your emotions. Not you personally, but you understand what I'm saying, right? Like, we have to get a grasp of our emotions, and the younger you do it, I promise you the better off your life gonna be, bro, because you're gonna run into some people that's just angry and they want you to feel just like them. So you let them control you, you're gonna lose, bro. It's gonna be a loss every time, bro. So, look, that's my 2 cents.
Good teacher. And just to add on everything that they just said was that everything that we are saying up here is we trying to show y'all how to avoid the pothole, right? So the tools that we trying to give y'all, life experiences, and what we're talking about right now is, if I say don't go down that street, there's a pothole right there, right? I'm trying to help you avoid tearing your car up, messing your rims up potentially, so you're not going to ride down that street. The same way as we see a sign, they got they say dead end, right? Do we go down that street? Because we know we're wasting our time if we go down the street when the sign say dead end. So we're giving you a heads up. So that's what this talk is about, right? Don't go down that street because it's a pothole. Don't touch that stove because it's hot. Now, once you touch it and you burn your hand, that's on you, because we already warned you. Somebody came and told you, you know what I mean, like moves to make things that you should do and how to prepare yourself moving forward. And for me personally, what I'm doing right now is I'm in Norview High School, enjoying the conversation with y'all and my brothers. That's what I'm doing right now. And y'all are first and foremost important to me. You know what I'm saying? I love the kids. I love the children. And my duty is to come into gyms like this, whenever I'm invited out, just to say a word or two, you know what I mean, just to perhaps just give you a positive word or something to put on your heart. And if I did that, then I done what I was supposed to do. Because the next drug dealer and the next wave of shooters come out of these high schools. The same way y'all wear y'all backpacks, the same way they got the backpacks with pistols and guns in them and drugs in the back. So we got to come to these high schools. We got to go on the streets, right? When I was younger, one thing I used to always say growing up, we got 8 churches out Huntersville, but I never see no pastor, nobody in the community out here trying to talk to us. Now the Jehovah's Witness did come, but we ain't open the door. We hid behind the door, but they did come, right? So nobody is coming for us but us. It's going to take us to learn and try to help each other. That's the only way we're going to make it out of this predicament and the situation that we in. About last week, I took about 10 kids out Northview. We went out there and cut grass because that's what I used to do as a child, to let them earn some money and stuff like that. And the work that we do is so important because sometimes it's never recognized. Because if I hear about somebody arguing or a beef, right, and somebody saying they're going to kill each other. So my job is to go over there and try to disrupt or de-escalate that violence or that situation. And if I got these 2 groups that are beefing, or 2 shooters that's trying to kill each other, if I could get them to just to calm down a little bit or just take it down or just chill out for a little while, then I done what I was supposed to do. But that could have been a potential homicide or potential shooting that nobody knew about. And in the process of that, everybody that pulls a gun or pulls a trigger don't hit his target. Sometimes children become collateral damage. Sometimes seniors become collateral damage. Sometimes bullets go through people's windows and damage TVs and property, and it's collateral damage, right? Everybody don't always hit the target. So that's our job. And also trying to get a lot of these guns off the street. So it's very important that we go into the communities, and what we do is we do cleanups with guys y'all age and stuff like that. We give them a stipend, meaning that you earn your own money because everybody feel good, right? Even at a young age, you have a self-worth that you want to go buy your own shoes. You want to go buy your own food out the store. Because even when I was a child, my mother couldn't afford to buy us. Back then, we was wearing topsiders, $60 shoes. My mama wasn't going to buy me no $60 pair of shoes. And she had 3 other children. So she said, I tell you what, you put the 30 and I put the 30. So I would go out there, cut grass, and help people with their groceries. And I felt good about it, you know what I mean? Because I knew that I was doing something positive for myself. So that's where my entrepreneurship started at from a young age. It's in each and every one of us. It's in each and one of y'all. You know what I mean? You got a spirit in you that want something more, but you just got to go work hard and go and do it. So what we do out there, we do feedings out there, and we direct people to resources. Like just earlier, this lady called me from Hunter Square, and she had a man, but she was talking about the blue vest. She said, I heard about the blue vest help people move. I couldn't tell her no, right? Because she already know what's going on, I guess. So she was like, could y'all help Mr. Johnson move? He don't have a whole lot of things. He just have a few items, and and he's not in the greatest of health. And I told her, sure, we'll be glad to help. Just doing what we can to help our community out, because there's a lot of seniors out there that need our help. So when you may be home and you see an elderly person that tell you something, listen to her. You might don't want to hear what she got to say, but just listen to her, because she didn't live this long to be a fool. She know what she's doing, and she know what she's talking about. And we live to be older ourselves, but we give those that go before us respect and honor. So that's what it's all about. And it's just giving back and getting back to our community and doing something positive and productive.
I'm gonna add one more thing, bro, because it's a pivotal moment, right? Me and Dominique, childhood friends, bro. I'm from Young Pop. You know what I'm saying? You got his son in the crowd. I sold drugs, shot guns, robbed people. I was bad as a aunt, I tell you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And cause life about choices. You know what I'm saying? Bro went to work. As far as my recollection, remember, good man, going to work. You know what I'm saying? Raising his kids. I miss years. I miss my son's birth. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my heart, right? That's my heart. You know what I mean? I come get them, take them. You know what I mean? I miss, like you say, the transitions out of their life. You know what I mean? So life about decisions, bro. You ain't gotta do what he doing. You ain't gotta go on the street corner. You ain't gotta do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do what's in your heart. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta do what nobody else doing, bro. Y'all be great.
I got a question. First of all, raise your hand if you got your phone and you got cash out. Raise your hand. All right, so this for $50. Come on, $50. I'm gonna give y'all a scenario, right? And I want y'all to tell me what the crimes are, all right? So I'm watching this video, and I see like 15 kids jump on this one kid, right? You already know what I'm talking about. They jump on this one kid, they strip him of his shoes. He has some, what's the big shoes? He has some Balenciagas on. The kid that snatched his shoes off his feet, he run to the camera, and he showed the shoes in the camera like, and he took off running, right? So out of the scenario I just told y'all, 15 guys jump on one guy, one of the guys snatched his shoes off and ran to the camera and showed they took his shoes off. You can't answer this because you already know, we already talked about this. You either. What crimes were committed? What kind of robbery? What kind of robbery? What kind of robbery? He didn't have a gun, so what kind of robbery was it? Oh, shut up, Tasha. What kind of robbery was it? Nope. What kind of robbery was it? I told you this before. Y'all didn't even hear him. Somebody else gets him. No. If you came over here with me, stop raising your hand. Like, come on, bro. Look, he talking about give me the 50. Nobody know what type of robbery it is. What is it? No. What is it? Come on, this for the 50.
I'm gonna give you the mic so you can say it loud.
My boy said, I ain't come here with you. Nobody know what it is. No? What is it? It's not armed robbery. He didn't have a gun. Who answered that first, man?
I know. You said it the same.
Nah. In the front right here. I got you.
He won.
$50 right here. Go get your phone, man.
Good job.
Hey, listen.
Maybe y'all split it.
Listen, the reason it's a strong arm robbery. The reason why I asked that question is because we do groups at the middle school, and I said that same story. It was something that happened because they show you the videos, they show you everything that's going on. So I'm looking at the video and they're laughing at it, and I'm just like, bro, that's a assault by mob and a strong arm robbery. Those are felonies. I got tried as an adult at 15 years old. Those crimes are enough at 15 years old for somebody to go to prison. Y'all think you got to be 18? You don't. The actual age for somebody to go to prison for a serious crime is 13 years old. Do y'all know that? You can be tried as an adult at 13 years old in the state of Virginia. 13. Because we, and the only reason why I mention that is because I think we have this thing in our head where, not us, because we know better now, but kids like, oh, they can't do nothing to me, I'm 14. Oh, they can't do nothing to me, I'm 15. Or they've gotten in trouble in the past, and the only thing that happened was the parent was called and they had to come pick them up. Why? At the time, there was no juvenile space for y'all. It was too crowded. So if you ain't catch a crime where there was a victim, they catch you with a gun or something like that, they're just letting you go. But in your mind, you thinking you got off, but they're building something. So when they finally catch you with something serious, they're using all those other crimes to show like, hey, this is the path he was going, and if we let him go, it's gonna get worse. So I think if you don't know nothing, know the law, bro. Like, know what's going on. That kid that took them shoes and showed it in the camera, like, would you rob a bank without a mask? That's what he just did, though. He ran straight to the camera and said, look what I got. And depending on how much the shoes was, it make the charge a little more. And he had on the big shoes, the Balenciagas, unless he got them on DH Gate. Ain't that what it's called? Unless he got them off there, he paid a good piece of money for them shoes, bro. That's a real robbery charge. That's a charge that can put you in prison. Where it look all fun and games, they posting an assault. We just beat this dude up and took his shoes. That boy mama could have said, yeah, we're going to take a charge out. So be mindful. You don't got no phone, little bro? Your cash out don't work. Damn.
Him right there.
My boy said you had one job. That's all right. Mello got cash on him.
We got something for you. Right? No. Y'all can keep that one because it's their turn to ask some questions. So who has questions for these lovely gentlemen up here about any of the things we just talked about? We just talked about the law. If you got questions about the law, it's a good time to ask questions about that. Anybody want to ask a question?
When you were younger, did you have any goals and how did you achieve them?
So how young? How old are you? How old are you? 11. So you mean like when I was 11, did I have goals? Yeah, like I did. I thought I was gonna be. I wouldn't really say occupational goals. Like I didn't know what I wanted to be, but like I said, I was an honor roll student, bro. Like honor roll student, editor of my school newspaper. Like I really thought I was on the way, but I do. I hate when people discount people's surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Because you do, like we did grow up with some guys that made different choices and went the other way. But for me, my whole influence came on just coming outside, bro. So I do think my environment changed me. And then if it's 5 of us and I want to be the smart guy and I'm looking at my guys, they've been hustling for about 6 months. And I'm like, damn, bro. Like, and I'm smarter than these guys. I'm like, I gotta do this. So yeah, I did have goals, but I think by the time I turned 12 or 13, my goals was negative. So I don't think I was at an age where I knew what I wanted to do. I just kind of went with whatever my neighborhood was doing to try to be the best one out there. That answer your question? I ain't had no goals.
That was a good question. I got one for you. What are some of your goals right now? Just give me one. One goal.
To get better at my handwriting.
Better at your handwriting?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. That's crazy.
Bro, I had all the job kids had to sign, and I was like, sign and date, and then print your name. Man, everybody printed their name twice, bro. I was just looking.
I get the kids to write in cursive. Any more questions? I'm gonna come back to you, okay?
What makes y'all different from everybody else that's doing what y'all doing?
I would say, me personally, I would say, like you say, hard work for sure. They in the community already. They already hands on. And I would say, just the intimacy. You know what I'm saying? Like no Diddy, y'all already know. You know what I mean? Intimate is like more close. You know what I mean? The intimacy. For me, that's what I would say. You know what I mean? Like it really, when something happened, especially up anywhere around here, it really hit me hard. And so I'm like, dang, bro. 'Cause for real, we all family for real, bro. Like somebody knows somebody, mama, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. So like if something happened, I'd be like, damn, you know, like the intimacy was for me, bro. Like, you know, some people do it for the for the fame or, wanna be seen, wanna be heard. They ain't never was heard. So they wanna have a platform and talk because anybody never listened to them talk. So I know for sure, or I know I can speak for, you know what I mean, everybody. It's the intimacy, you know what I mean? Bro could be working anywhere. He working with kids. They in the community. He got, we already hands on. That's what I would say.
I'm gonna answer that because I know Clay want to say something too, but I think the difference between me and some of the other people that do the similar work is I think our work is based off of relationships, strictly relationships. Like so, even somebody like he asked the question. Tashawn been with us since 2020. Like this ain't no I see you one time and I'm gonna give you this book bag and I see you later. Like nah, like once you with us, I'm invested in you being a better person, however long that takes. So I think that it's more so like we work more off of, like I said, respect and relationships and really don't care about the recognition. Like going back to something Clay said, when people say stuff to, oh man, you doing such a great job, sometimes in my mind I'd be like, damn, bro, but this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to take some of the compliments sometimes. I just be like, oh, thank you, but it's almost like a lifestyle for me. Like this is what I do when I wake up. Like it's constant, and you don't see me like posting everything I do. I probably do 25 things. You might see the stuff that I want to put out that's major, but this is a everyday 24/7 job, bro. It's just different, man.
Yeah, I definitely agree with all of that. And for me personally, it was it's something that I do naturally, right? Because my whole life always helped people and done what I could for the community, but I also had a side of foolishness with it. You know what I mean? Like even when I was 17, 18 years old, I was paying mortgages and people rent and lights and stuff like that I didn't even know. They would come, and ask and stuff like that, and I would do it and help people, like school clothes and all that kind of stuff. So it was something that came from me naturally. But now I put it in a proper perspective. And from what I done learned is that it got to come from within. You got to have desire to do this work, because there's a lot of people that was doing it before me, a lot of people that started when I started, but they kind of burned out. Their light kind of dim, right? So they come out blazing, but after a year, after 2 years, after 3 years, maybe they didn't get a grant, maybe they didn't get a contract, right? Maybe things didn't go their way. They just stop. But if it's from the heart and you really want to do it, you'll do it for nothing, right? It took years and years. I would do it for nothing because this is what I love to do. So it got to be within your heart. You know what I'm saying? You got to love what you do, and you got to have a genuine care for people, because if you don't, you won't do it. You won't have no desire to do it, and you got to love people. You got to have much love, and you got to take much. You got to take plenty, because we are hard-headed people. We don't listen. We're very disrespectful. We don't want to hear anything. Can't nobody tell us nothing. We want to do it our way. You know what I'm saying? And I done come to learn that you got to love them more than they love themselves. You got to take much. You got to take plenty. You got to take the disrespect. You just got to accept it and understand that this come with the job. It come with the territory. And if you want to keep pushing and you want to make change, you got to hang in there. You got to have a strong back. You got to have thick skin to deal with us, because we're not easy to deal with. Trust me. We done had some that came before us, right? Some of that worked on our behalf for years, and we never learned anything. We disrespected them. You know what I'm saying? We didn't honor them. We didn't revere them. We just talked about them. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to teach people like us. You know what I mean? So that's why you got to have a desire within, and you just got to keep working it, and we got to love each other.
I got a question. How many of y'all want to go to the NBA? Put your hands up. Like, if you could go to the NBA today, how many of y'all want to go to the NBA? Or the NFL? Or get rich? All right, put your hands down. How many of y'all want to go to jail? Nobody got their hands up. But how many people you know in the NBA? Put your hands up. Like, if you know somebody personally in the NBA, put your hands up. You know them. Okay. How many people y'all know in jail? If you know somebody in jail, put your hands up. If you know somebody that got killed, put your hands up. If you know somebody in the NFL, put your hands up. Personally. Like, you know them. You can call them right now. You see how many people we know went down that path, bro. It's so easy to die and go to jail, bro. I know somebody that play overseas. I don't know nobody in the NBA. And Fat Man just went to the NFL. That's the only person I know that went to the NFL. I know 10 people that then got killed. I know hundreds of people that's in jail. So it's so hard to do good, but it's so easy to do bad. So like, most of y'all, bro, like maybe one of y'all might make it to the NBA, but I know somebody in this crowd, it's just mathematics. Somebody's gonna make a bad decision, somebody gonna end up locked up. That's just how life goes. But if you ever do make that decision, bro, your life not over. And I just want my voice to cut through there and be like, I gotta change. Because we all made mistakes. He done got locked up. He done got locked up. He done got locked up. I didn't. I'm the only person that ain't got locked up. So somebody's gonna make a bad decision, bro. But I need y'all to know that your life, you can still be successful. You can be like him and have rec centers. You can be like him. You can be like him. Like, your life not over, bro. We don't expect y'all to be perfect. But what I want y'all to know is if you want something good in life, you gotta work hard for it. Like, it's hard to make college D1 basketball. I can go outside right now and go to jail today. I can put my mind and say, I want to go to jail today. I can go to jail today. I can put my mind and say, I want to kill somebody today. I can go outside, kill somebody. I can say, man, today is my last day on earth. I don't want to live no more. And I can really execute that and take myself off the earth. But you can't just go outside this high school and say, I want to go to the NBA today. Some of y'all ain't in the middle school yet. It's a process in doing good. It's easy to do bad. How long it take you to grow your hair, Tinky? How long you been growing it? 2 years. How long you been growing your hair, Christian? Since 3rd grade. What grade you in? 7. That's 4 years. But I could cut your hair today, though. You see how you grew your hair, take long, the process long, but you can end it easy. We could cut your hair in 3 minutes. So I just want y'all to know that, bro. Always keep that in your head. Like, if you want to do something good, you got to stay at it. It ain't going to be easy, bro. It's never easy. And your blessing might not be the NBA, but the stuff you learn and trying to make it to the NBA prepare you in life, bro. The NBA, you can go to the NBA and tear your ACL and be out of there. But the stuff that you learn, because if you get to the NBA, obviously you're alive. So you done benefited from these type of meetings and this type of setting. But I want y'all to know, bro, like, just stay on the righteous path. And even if you don't make it to the NBA or the NFL or you don't get rich, you still valuable. Your life still valuable. Don't get cut from because I know people get cut from their middle school basketball team, high school basketball team, then they want to be in the streets. Like, that trade-off, not you getting cut from middle school, then going out there and dying, bro, that's just not, is that really worth it? Do y'all think that's worth it? Do y'all think that's worth it? Okay, then.
What was the most hardest obstacle in life y'all had to face to make out to the better person y'all is now? What was the hardest obstacle in life?
Hands down, stop hustling.
What is that?
Hands down. What was the hardest thing we had to do to transition? Hands down, bro. I just told somebody this the other day. That was probably, come on, I've been in prison, I done caught Fed cases, and you get through those stuff. You get through some of those things. Like, the hardest thing I had to do was stop hustling, bro. Like, I promise you, because I had to kind of like broke for me was, I ain't got no extras. Like, I can pay my bills, I'm saving gas, you know what I'm saying? I'm like really around here, and I haven't lived like that in 20 years. So for me to say, and it was voluntary. Like, nothing happened where like the feds came and I had to like stop. I was starting to get into this work a little bit more. So it's like he said, I can't tell you to do something if you know I'm still doing something. You know what I'm saying? Especially this generation, they not going by, what is it, do as I say, not as I do. They ain't trying to hear that. The kids will tell you in a heartbeat, like, how you telling me to stop smoking? I just seen you with a pack of backwoods in your car. Like, so they watch everything. So for me, the hardest part for me was to leave that life alone, bro. Like, that's something I was just used to for like, probably since I was 13 years old. So definitely the hardest thing.
Yeah, and just to add to what he was saying, for me as well, it was a hustling. It was the drugs, because drugs is just as addictive as somebody, making money is just as addictive as somebody using drugs. It'd be hard, you know what I mean? Especially when you're used to a certain amount of money coming in and stuff like that. It's hard to just go cold turkey and just stop and stuff like that. So it was a process, but I saw the bigger picture. Like, y'all was more important to me. So I had to do a bow face and turn my back to it, right? Because you was more important. And then I felt like, who am I if I could stop a shooting or stop a killing to be sitting back on my recliner hitting the remote control while kids is dying out here, right? I felt that I had an obligation and a duty to do something about it if I could. Because you never know who you may touch, right? Because it may be stuff like, just like when y'all listen to music or you watch your videos, it's something that them rappers are saying to y'all that touch you. Pooh Shiesty, my favorite rapper, Gucci, my favorite rapper. Y'all might got favorite rappers, right? It's something in there that they are saying, and you even compete, no, he better than him, or he better than that one, right? But it's something that you like that they saying that touch you. And that's what it's just all about, you know what I'm saying? We just got to just try to be better out here, man. You know what I mean? And for me, it was just like y'all was more important to me than anything else out there because it's all about y'all. Because like I tell people all the time, they be like, Clay, you going out there, this and that, and that. And I say, the funeral home's not closed. They still burn people, right? In the rain, snow, sleet, or hail, it don't make no difference, right? The hospitals don't close. The police department don't close. So it's our duty to go out there and try to help youth or do what we can, you know, to try to wedge the gap, to try to make sure that none of y'all go to that penitentiary and be faced with a lifestyle in there that you definitely don't want because you don't want to go in there. And each and every one of y'all that's sitting out here right now, right? Never let nobody tell you what you can't do. Everything that you got to do is inside of you. The tools are inside. You just got to develop yourself. It's in you. If you want to be a barber, you want to go play basketball, whatever, not everybody going to be an NBA player. Have a backup plan. But at least try your best to try to do what you can do. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's a pipe dream, but you never know. Like you said, injury can occur, anything can happen. But always just while you in school, take advantage of it. Just don't go just to go, right? Learn. While you in these halls, learn what you can learn. Because you can be all you can be. You can be whatever you want to be in this life. You know, so we was great builders. We was great architects. You know what I mean? A lot of this stuff that you see out here, even in Washington, D.C., a black man designed it, a black person designed it. The stop signs out there, a black person designed that, right? So we are brilliant. But we just got to put our mind to what we want to do, and we got to do it.
Anything else? Anybody else got any questions? No? Okay, well, I got the final one then, I guess. Mine is, what should these young men do if there's somebody in their lives encouraging them to do bad things? What should they do?
Leave them alone. You got to leave them alone. Like, that's probably going to be one of the hardest things y'all have to do. People that was lifelong friends of y'all's, you got to walk away from them, bro. Like, if it don't serve you, you got to walk away from it, bro. I promise you that. Like, I have friends that I probably was cool with my whole life. I mean, we still speak, but we doing different stuff. Like he said, it's guys my age, they still out here, bro. And it's like, nah, like, we cool, but I can't hang with you. You know what I'm saying? So if their life don't align with yours, you got to walk away from them, bro, because it's easy to get pulled in. Like you said, just standing beside him and he done something to somebody. The bullets don't never hit the intended target, bro. It's always somebody else, bro. It's always somebody innocent. You always see it online. It won't even for him. Yeah, but you hang around a dude that you know is a known shooter, bro. So like, sometimes you gotta make decisions. You gotta. What's the saying go? You gotta love him from a distance, bro.
Yeah. From a distance.
What he said, like, if don't nobody, your true friends, if you come from them type of environments, the people who really love you, when I start changing, they didn't even want me out the hood no more. They're like, bro, why you out here? Why you out here? You need to do something else. The people that want to see you out the hood and hanging with them and doing foolish, they're not even your friends, and they shouldn't even be in your life, bro. Like, people, everybody's smart enough to know, like, even people who live there, they know death is on the other end. They know jail is on the other end. So if they love you, no matter what they got going on, they wouldn't want that for you, bro. If somebody throwing mud at him, he gonna get some mud too just from standing next to him. Somebody spray him with a water gun, water gonna get on him. If somebody throw $1 million at him, a couple thousand gonna fall on his. So it's all on who you hang around, bro. And if you stay around people just because you love them or you knew them for a long time, that can really cost you your life. And when I got shot, I was around my best of friends. The people I feel like they would never let me get shot, but they couldn't do nothing but, bro, get them to the hospital. Bro, like, they can't save your life. We all had guns. We all out there thinking, ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Somebody did something now. All of them crying. All of them, bro, please don't die, bro. Keep breathing. Y'all don't want to experience that, bro. Like, you don't want to experience the thought of dying. Death has been on the table for me, bro, and it's not what you think. Like, you think people just, like, bro, in that process, like, we close the door when we pee. We close the door when we take a shower because you want your privacy. Imagine you bleeding in front of people, bro. and you try not to die in front of people, bro. Like that's an intimate thing, bro. You don't want to die in front of nobody, bro. I done seen people in caskets, bro, with no facial hair. No facial hair. They still young. They still got the acne bumps on them because they're not even finished growing up, bro. I don't want to see nobody like that, bro. Y'all kids, bro. Y'all need to grow and be to see 25, 30, 35, get married, have kids, get on yachts, travel. You don't want to just be stuck in Norfolk and then die in Norfolk. You don't want to be stuck in Norfolk and then get locked up in 811, bro. That's not living. So change your circle, change who you around, bro, because they say if you hang around people long enough, you're going to start to think like them. You're going to start to get what they got. So change your circle and hang around good people, and good stuff will come to you.
They summed it up, man. They did a good job.
Just to add, like right now, we're in the no snitch era, right? Everybody's saying don't snitch, don't tell on nobody, right? Y'all heard a rapper saying it, a whole lot of your favorite rappers saying it, right? So we all know about that. So don't be around somebody and put yourself in a situation that they could possibly tell on you, right? If you think for yourself, you ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about telling on nobody or nobody telling on you. You your own man. You govern your own self. Think for yourself. Don't have nobody lead you, like you say, the blind lead the blind. It's a lot of people that I know that's in that penitentiary now, right? If they could do it over, they would. I talked to them. They've been in there 25 years, 30 years. One just came home last month. He was in there for 37 years, right? They've been in there all their life. They went in 18, 19 years old. And they said, man, if I knew he was going to fold like that, I would have never went down and did the thing with him. But you don't never know how nobody going to react. So don't be no crash dummy for nobody. Don't let nobody put no battery in your back. Always think for yourself. Sure. Because some situations you can get yourself out of, some can't. Some might cost you your life. I mean, in prison, your freedom, and some may literally cost you your life. You don't have to do nothing wrong to make it out here. You don't have to go steal nothing in no store to make it. You didn't really need that. Because what happens is this. We always put things in perspective once we get locked up. And I know this for a fact. A lot of people that I know that might have just got caught 8 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, they got caught dealing drugs, right? I done talked to them several times. I be like, look, man, get out the street. You know, go get a job. You ain't making no money, no way. Now, once they get caught and they sitting back in that 6x9 cell, I talked to them on the phone, and now realization has set in. And they said, man, I wish I would have listened. See, but it's too late. Perspective comes sometimes when you get hurt, you get jammed up, you're in a tight situation, then you really focus on it then, but it's too late. You know, so now he's facing 10 years, and he won't even making no money. The money that he risked his life for, looking over his shoulder for the police, somebody trying to rob him and kill him, he could have went and worked at a job. It don't make no difference if it's McDonald's. A job is a job. At least you're trying to do for self. So don't never let nobody make you feel out of place because wherever you work at, because you're doing something positive and you trying to make a living out here. That's all that matters. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about what nobody say about you. You know who you are. As long as you're comfortable with who you are and you know who you are as a person and who you want to be, don't never let nobody tell you anything different.
Amen. Amen. Round of applause. Did y'all enjoy today? Absolutely. One more round of applause for these amazing men. They are so, so amazing. And one thing I wanted to end with was prayer, because I know you said seeking God first in everything. You guys seek God first, and y'all can do anything you want to do. NBA, NFL, make $1 million, make a couple million probably. Anything you want. So we're going to pray first, and then I think we're going to dismiss them. Okay, y'all ready? All right, close your eyes, bow your head. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you on this day. We thank you for this amazing gathering. We pray that the words that went forth land in the hearts of these young men and young women. Bless them in every way, from the top of their heads to the soles of their feet. Allow them to know that they matter. Their stories matter. Where they come from does not determine where they are going. Help them to accomplish all their goals and to stay on the straight and narrow path, the righteous path, and to do good in all their days. And bless these amazing men who were on this panel, who are doing great things in their communities. Continue to bless the work of their hands and bless the organizers, everybody that had a hand in today. Bless their hands now and forevermore. We humbly pray, ask, and claim all these blessings, Lord, in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. Thank y'all so much.